you know, you have to just do you. Just do you. Do you. Remember though that when you are doing you, make sure it's always according to God's will. Make sure it's always aligning with what God wants you to do. Don't say I'm gonna do me and then do something that is like sinful or something that's an abomination to God or something that God is not gonna approve of. Make sure that when you are doing you, it's something that God approves of. But some of you guys in this season, you're gonna have to just do you. It's time to stop living for other people. It's time to stop doing like what makes others feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, you are jeopardizing your happiness. You are literally walking on eggshells. You are blocking your full potential, using your gifts to its fullest capacity, its fullest potential, because you're trying not to offend people. You're trying not to trigger people, because there's some people that may not be happy, or there's some people that don't understand the types of gifts you have, or there's some people that may compare themselves to you, and you may feel bad for doing something that makes you happy. I remember speaking to someone that said to me one time, like, you know, like when she goes to work and she's bubbly and she's happy and things are going well for her, and the people in the workplace, they start to pick on her and they start to get mad because she's full of smiles and she's happy. And I told her, I'm like, they're jealous of your light. They're jealous of your light. I'm like, there's something about your personality. There's something about you that triggers these people, and they don't like to see you happy. And that happens sometimes. Like when you're happy and you are doing you, and you're just being who you are. You're just the light. You're the lamp of the world, right? You just come into the room and you just trying to help people, cheer people up, make people laugh. And you're not doing it to offend anybody. You're doing it because you love to do it. And this is just who you are. And then you take care of yourself. You do your little makeup. You dress up. Or if you're a male, you know, you take care of yourself. And then people may get triggered by that. People may get triggered by that. I remember I said something about, you know, back in the day, where I was basically saying like I kind of sometimes would like dim my own light to make people happy. And sometimes like I have a good wardrobe at home, but I would purposely not wear my nice clothes because I did not want to trigger anyone into attacking me with black magic. And I remember saying like I would literally make sure I just don't doll up as much because I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. And somebody was like, oh, you're supposed to think like you're supposed to do that anyways. You're not supposed to dress up anyways. You're supposed to be humble. You're supposed to basically like that shouldn't be anything that you should be proud of. Like, you know, being humble and doing that, because that should already be like mandatory. And I'm like, what? So you're telling me I'm supposed to dim my light? I'm supposed to not dull myself up every day just to make people like, you're telling me that this is mandatory? So that's what I mean when I say like some people, they don't want to see anybody else doing better or anybody else happy. And you know, I just want to say, if anybody's feeling like this, like, man, I have to dim my light or I have to like dumb myself down sometimes to make people feel comfortable, stop doing that, because what you're doing is you're hindering your gifts. You're hindering yourself to the fullest potential of, you know, what you can do with your gifts. And that's not fair to you. You just have to do you. You just have to do you. And let me tell you something, the ones that love you, the ones that care, they'll be there. They'll be there. You know, like I understand this too, because I'm a goofy person at heart. Like I love to tell jokes. I love to make people laugh. I'm a goofy person, right? And I can also be very prissy at times. I can also be very witty. But at times also I kind of pull back. And I'm learning myself, like, girl, you got to stop doing that. Like, do you. Like, people, you have to remember something. Your personality is what will attract people to you. If you have an outgoing personality and you're a good person, you're a kind person, and your personality lights up a room, right? That is what will bring the right people around you. Yes, it may attract a lot of bad people as well, but the whole point is you being yourself, you want to attract the people who are going to love you for you. You don't want to be something that you're not and attract the people that get comfortable with you being something that you're not. And then when you're finally, like, okay, I'm gonna be myself, they don't like that. If they don't like you and they have a problem with you, that is something they have to deal with. That is something that they have to work on. You want to have people that love you and support you and that are around you that actually love who you are, that don't want you to dim your light, that don't want you to dumb yourself down or or be something that you're not. You see what I'm saying? You want the people that love you and that understand you. They may not understand everything about you, but they understand, okay, this is who he is, this is who she is. I love this about them. You want people that understand you in a way where, like, they wouldn't want anyone to manipulate them into dimming their light and dumbing themselves down. So they don't want you to do that to yourself. Like, these are the kind of people you need to have around you. And the only way you'll have the right people around you or supporting you is if you are genuinely, truly being who you are and not dimming your light for nobody. Okay? Do you. This is the season where you gotta say, okay, whether this person likes it or not, I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to smile. I'm choosing to laugh. I'm choosing to be silly. I'm choosing to be me wholeheartedly, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. And it just sucks that many of us, we get this like paranoia that as soon as we're happy, as soon as we're smiling, we get this paranoia of, oh my gosh, I can't show too much, because if I show too much, the person that's doing the black magic or the person that's attacking me is going to attack me more because I'm smiling. And it's true, the person that does attack with black magic, they do that. But we should not be dimming our light, and we should not be depressed and sad, because it's not fair. That's not fair. Like, I want to encourage whoever is going through this. I want to encourage you to be yourself, and I want to encourage you to be happy, and I want to encourage you to not let anyone make you frown, not let anyone steal your joy, period. Because my joy was stolen from me for years from someone who's supposed to protect me. And every time I smile, this person goes back and does their black magic when they see me happy to kind of bring me down, bring my mood down, because they want to humble me. They don't want me to be happy. And you know what? I'm not going to let them do that to me. I'm going to unapologetically be happy, whether they like it or not. And I want you to unapologetically be happy as well, whether your enemies like it or not. Because you know why? We are the lamp of the world. We are supposed to be joyful through the Lord, whether people agree with it or not. Do you and be happy. Don't let anyone manipulate you. Don't let anyone dim your light. Okay? Because God gave you that light. God gave you that light. And yes, the light is supposed to make people salty, because you are the salt of the world. So because you are the salt, not everybody's going to be able to handle the salt. You're going to cause them too much pressure. Okay, but that's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're the salt. It's not your fault that you're the lamb. So if it's causing their pressure to rise, that's not your fault. That's something they have to work on within. That ain't your fault. So you shouldn't dim your light and dim yourself and, cause yourself to turn into dust because someone doesn't like that you're joyful, or someone doesn't like that you're happy, or someone doesn't like that you have this light. Do you, and do what makes you happy, whatever is according to God's will for your life. Okay? I love you guys. Bye.